Yo, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be talking about how to play with bad teammates and kind of how to spread your lead to other parts of the map, when to play more selfishly, when to play more for your team and stuff like that. So I want to make it clear, by the way, because there seems to have been some confusion in previous videos. My videos are not a comprehensive guide on any topic that I cover. There's definitely more to this than just, the 9-minute video that I'm going to provide to you guys in terms of playing, with worse teammates and how to carry your teammates. Now, not every game is winnable. Plenty of games you just can't win. Your teammates are going to be too bad. You can't control it. But it's about understanding those games that maybe your teammates aren't great in, but they're not so bad that it's still going to be winnable. And so again, I'm just going to give you guys some, content on sort of how to play around your teammates when they're not doing the best, but the games are still winnable, how to just make it more likely, how to make your teammates maybe just a bit better, stuff like that. So anyways, let's get right into the video. So in this game, I have a 2.4 thousand gold lead on my laner, and the rest of my team is roughly even, and my bot lane is behind. My mid and my jungle slightly ahead, the rest of the map behind, and then I'm very, very far ahead. So in this scenario, I have a lane being pushed in bot lane already as the top laner, and so I'm going to rotate towards mid lane as we saw here, and I'm going to go for the fight, make sure that I make a play on other parts of the map, rather than just staying in my lane. What this allows me to do, even though I die, I help with killing 2 people, so that they die. My teammates get a lot of turret plates, this entire turret, and a ton of gold. And so what do I give up? Well, I give Tryndamere an opportunity to get back into the game, but I know that I'm up 2.4k gold on him already. If he gets a little bit of gold, I'm fine, because I know he's not a good player. I'm outplaying him. I can still kill him on the side lane easily, and then this allows me to spread my lead to the rest of my teammates and make our gold lead now bigger and on other people, so that I'm not the sole one having the carry. Obviously, you sometimes just need to get the entire lead on yourself, and it's going to be very game dependent, but in a scenario like this, again, where I have such a big gold lead and I'm confident in being able to make plays on other parts of the map, I'm definitely going to look as much as I can to make plays on other parts of the map, rather than just sticking to one area the entire time, because it's going to allow me to much better spread the lead to the rest of my teammates. Just like here, even you see me once again going for more plays on other sides of the map, because again, now my teammate goes to bot lane, he's covering the Tryndamere, covering the weak person who we don't really have to worry about, and then I'm going to focus on getting the lead to the rest of the lane, going from mid now to top side, all of these different types of things. And making plays like this is going to be very important, even if you sometimes die for it. And you're going to see here I end up making a mistake where I do get caught and die here by the Ornn, which obviously isn't ideal. But even despite that, the general macro thing that you need to understand from this is trying to spread your lead to other parts of the map when you get it, rather than just sticking around. Now, that doesn't mean giving up your lane entirely. Obviously, in this scenario, I ended up having the lane pushed so that Tryndamere wouldn't be able to immediately push my tower, and then my teammates eventually covered that side of the map. But definitely looking to spread your lead to other parts of the map, rather than just playing really selfishly and just trying to only get a gold lead on yourself, can often be extremely valuable. Okay, so don't worry guys, not every clip is going to be from top lane, but this one as well will be. So I just got a gank and killed the enemy Maokai in lane. And now you see here, I immediately go to the top side because I see them very overextended, rather than going back to bot lane. And usually this early on in the game, you're not going to want to do that, but obviously I saw them very overextended and I saw an opportunity for something. But I wouldn't have done this in just any champion. For example, if enemy was Jax, Fiora, Camille, I would not be doing this. You can't always give up the same types of lanes to split pushers as you can to other champs. So a champion like Maokai is not super scary when he gets some gold, and he's not super scary in terms of pushing turrets. He doesn't push turrets very quickly, so I have plenty of time if I need to make more roams, if I see opportunities for it after getting a lead, to do so. Now, I don't want to just give up my lane entirely, so obviously as soon as I go topside, I'm going there really quickly, and if nothing works out, I'm going to recall and back up right away. So as soon as we got that kill, I don't overextend, I don't stay too long, I make sure I come back by the time I'm actually going to lose anything, and I still get most of this wave back. So it's important to understand that into certain matchups, you can be a bit more okay with giving them some gold. Again, like this Maokai, or like that time where I was so far up on the Tryndamere that I know that there's no way he's coming back unless I literally leave my lane for the entire game. But in other scenarios where you're into a Camille or a Jax, again, where they're more close to you in gold, they maybe have demolished, maybe they're just a fast split pusher like Jax, then you're not going to want to give up as much of your gold lead early, as much of your lane early as you would in a scenario like this. Okay guys, so once again I find myself in a similar scenario, but this time around a more common time where you would roam, which is dragon spawn. And so my team is looking to go for the dragon, and in this scenario I have to decide whether or not I want to rotate to the dragon. Now in this scenario I do decide to rotate, and the reason is, again, I'm ahead of the Maokai, but my team is doing really poorly, and so I think if I'm not able to make something happen, we're probably just going to lose, so I don't want to just stay in my lane. And Maokai is not a very scary split pusher, so again, if he stays there, I'm happy with that. Now, that is my initial thought process. However, my team, again, being bad in a game where I have to carry very hard, they make a very dumb play, and they end up dying really quickly, so I can't even go there. But instead of what a lot of players would do, which is overextend and now try to just go win that fight, and then make themselves die, throw their own lead, I'm now just going to take an advantage elsewhere. So I'm going to take this advantage in mid lane by getting that, those couple turret plates, which is going to be very beneficial to me. And then even here, again, we're going to see more things like this occur, where my team once again losing the fight because we're behind, I am able to get a shutdown and able to do something on this fight now that occurs, but I'm not going to overextend. Once I see that the fight is lost, I'm just going to take the recall, I'm going to get out, I'm going to recall for my items, and I'm going to go get my advantage in my own lane. So again, it's understanding kind of, you want to make the roams, you want to make the opportunities where you're in a position to help your team if it seems winnable. But once you see that these fights are lost, again, I'm not overextending for the fights, then I'm going to go back to playing more for my lane, and then I'm going to get a big gold lead here just like I do. So just understanding, there's kind of the balance between finding when you need to help your team and when you need to play more selfishly. And in this game, I really had to end up playing more selfishly, and it does result in me ending up carrying this game extremely hard and ending up winning the game. Okay guys, so in this situation, I have a pretty good lead, but my teammates aren't really doing too well in the top side. You're going to see that they're going to die in a little bit here. Not necessarily their fault entirely since they do get ganked, but you're going to see in a situation where your teammates are kind of losing lane or where they get ganked or something happens to them, when to kind of decide to roam and why I decide to roam this scenario. So obviously, because I have this, turret thing, the Herald, that I'm going to push this turret first, right? But a lot of people after killing this turret would decide to now go towards the top side because they're going to see that they're in the top lane, the duo lane, right? And they would try to rotate. Instead, for me, I know that Vi just ganked there, meaning she's recalling, meaning I have some time to push this turret. I'm going to have my second ability, my flash up soon, which means I'm going to have a way to escape. And I'm not really going to be able to kill Vayne and Nami most likely there with just me and Talon. I'd rather wait for my roam until now my teammates who died are coming back to lane, because oftentimes the enemy will overextend just like they do here. So you're going to see in this scenario, the enemy overextend while my teammates are still coming back, and this allows me to potentially get a kill on them, which we're going to see here. It does result in kind of a weird scenario here where the enemy wasted ult already, so I'm not scared of a Vi ult, and Twisted Fate as well. I'm not scared of these things, so I know I can kind of make these more risky, greedy plays, because again, my teammates are coming back full health and everything. Meanwhile, the enemy are low health, they haven't spent their gold, and I'm able to get a great play here where we're then able to make plays on the top side with our team. So again, understanding just because your teammates have died immediately, it doesn't mean you have to instantly rush to their lane to help them. Oftentimes, either accepting that it's not going to work out and that you got to leave it, or waiting until the enemy are overextended, your teammates are coming back, to then look for the play and play selfishly until kind of that point again where the enemy are overextended, where your teammates are coming back, is going to be a lot more valuable than just immediately rushing to your teammates' aids every single time that they need help. Finding those moments where, okay, now I can actually find an opportunity to help them, it's actually going to be beneficial, it has a higher likelihood of working out, is definitely going to be the way to kind of play around your teammates and sometimes get them leads even after they initially made some mistakes or died in some way. Okay guys, so this is a simple but crucial thing in understanding when you actually need to help your teammates, and that is making sure that you push your lane before you help them. So you don't need to over rush into helping your teammates when you're behind, or when your teammates are behind. So again here, I'm winning lane pretty good, I'm doing really well in this game, the rest of my team is doing, fine, but they're still behind overall. And you can see I'm going to push my lane before I'm going to rotate and help my team, even though I see a fight potentially breaking out. It's a crucial mistake that a lot of people make, which is rushing their aid and trying to help too quickly in these roams rather than waiting again until they push their lanes, because what this does is it gives you a guaranteed 100 to 200 gold from killing that wave. It usually denies the enemy gold because oftentimes your enemy are going to rotate too quickly there, and then again you see the Syndra here is now losing that gold in the mid lane that now Thresh is taking, which is not nearly as valuable. So it denies the enemy gold, it gets you gold, and it makes sure that it protects your turret for as long as possible, because now you're going to see here, I even have a potential to possibly save this turret. Now I think Thresh will get it, just barely, but again, this is a weird scenario where the enemy support is the one who ends up pushing it, when normally a support's not even going to push it. And you are going to see, we do end up actually saving it here, kind of baiting the Thresh into taking the turret, and we almost get the kill on him. So again, just making sure that you keep your lane pushed, because you're going to not only get yourself more gold, but deny the enemy gold and protect your turret all in one, instead of rushing to help your teammates just because it looks like they may die, because even if they're going to die, you're going to be losing more if you make these mistakes of kind of over rushing to help your teammates rather than only helping them once it is more beneficial to you, and once you're in a position where you can deny the enemy a lot more gold. Alright, that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Again, just some tips on kind of how to play with not as great teammates and how to kind of spread your lead, when to play selfishly, when to play more for your team, whatever, stuff like that. If you guys are interested in coaching from a Sovereign Rank 5 autofill player, I do coaching. Just DM me on Discord, Talon1169, or the link in the description of my Discord as well if you're interested in that. As always, I hope you like and subscribe, all that type of stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.